welcome to another episode of Mr. Badger Talks to Scum. I'm here with a very close friend of mine, Mr. Norris Perkins. How are you, Norris?
Well, Nathan Parish, but it's fine. Norris is good. I prefer Perkins.
Norris is good.
Yeah.
Who's Norris?
Well, I don't know.
Why are you bringing him up then?
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know how to deal with badgers. Very much first time.
Fucking idiot.
Dealing with badgers. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're supposed to be clever.
I know. Yeah.
You're here today to teach me about, isn't it, Vauxhall Astrophysics?
Well, astrophysics. I mean,
astrophysics, where when one crashes into a wall, what happens and all that.
I mean, no, but
What?
it's sort of part of the same thing. I mean, it's still physics, and like you could. No, it's completely different. Astrophysics are like planets and stuff, and things like that. You know, like.
That's fucked, man.
Oh, right.
2 hours have been researching Vauxhall Astros. You're a liar, Norris.
I'm so sorry. Are you still okay to go on with it, or do you need me to?
Well, I'm out as fucking well, aren't I? Might as well crack on.
To be fair, my dad does do work for Drive Vauxhall. I could give him a call. I'm sure he knows a fair bit about the Astros. I mean, maybe even a mocha.
Is that not a coffee?
Yeah, it's a coffee and a car. If you spell it with K's, it's a car.
A drivable coffee?
Well, no. I think it's just. I mean, you can have a mocha in your mocha.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise
mocha
it.
Squared.
Yeah.
No, neither would I. No.
So what's angry physics then? Is that like Angry Birds?
Sort of. It requires, like, you know, there's gravity involved. There's like arcs of stuff involved, I guess.
Well, I was told that Angry Birds is physics. It's a physics mobile game or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's physics in the same way that an apple falling out of a tree is physics, sort of. Like, but it's not quite the same thing. Well, I suppose it is.
I fell out of a tree once.
And how did that go?
I broke my arm.
Do you have arms as a badger, or is it all just legs?
I'm not a real badger. I'm a man in a badger outfit.
Oh, I get that, but I just, you know, I don't know how much the pretense is going on here.
That's fucking yes.
Okay. I think I should just go ahead with a little bit of astrophysics and see how you feel about it. Yeah.
See how I feel.
Yeah, just a little.
What I got in trouble for, though. The police said I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Got to keep it to yourselves.
Well, you're not allowed to do it in that situation because that has repercussions. But here, we're just going to try something out in a completely safe environment, and most importantly, unlike last time, you have consent. So,
a consent.
Well, okay. Let's just. Do you know what the Big Bang is at all?
Oh yeah, that's where I was conceived. With my mother and about 17 Albanians in a dinghy.
Okay, that's a gangbang, but
Big Bang.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there was a lot of bang, and therefore that is a large amount of bang.
Apparently, they didn't even wash them. They dipped them in the pool and then straight in. You know, so it's probably why I come out wrong.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the chemicals in it, chlorine and stuff like that. No one wants.
Oh no! It was like
that.
like a pond more than anything in a field.
Okay.
Yeah, duck shit in it. Is that
how
physics?
Romantic? No, well, sort of everything is physics to a certain extent. I'm not sure how to describe that as physics, though. More biology.
Biology. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what have you done? What they called degree at university or something?
No, I just watch a lot of shit.
You watch shit.
Yeah, I watch it dry. I watch it. No, I watch stuff, man. I watch stuff that I find interesting, and then I try and act like I'm smart because I call myself an autodidact.
A what?
Autodidact. Yeah.
Is that like one of them flying dinosaurs?
You know what? Yeah.
Autodidactyl.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's an autodidactyl, and I'm part autodidactyl, and yeah.
Okay, so
wow,
dinosaurs invented physics when they had sex in a pond.
Yes, and that created the Big Bang.
The Big Bang.
The Big Bang. Right? Do you have any idea about where the universe came from? About the Big Bang? About the sort of the way it happened? Well, I mean, no.
Our Lord and Saviour made it on a Sunday.
You see, there's a problem. I can't really argue with that because of like religious freedoms and that. But no.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you think it happened then?
Right. Excellent question, Mr. Badger. I have just the answer. You see, before the universe existed, there was nothing. Literally nothing. Right? And then all of a sudden, everything came into existence. Now, we're not entirely sure why that happened.
So there was nothing, and then everything came at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that sound much like the way you came into this world? I mean, it sort of does, doesn't it? Oh, excuse me, I'm going to start drinking now because I think it's sort of...
What sort of wine is that?
That's whiskey.
Whiskey wine.
Yes. Yes.
So
it's quite strong.
I normally drive people to drink.
Yeah, I'm pretty much there already. That's fine.
So what you're saying is there was absolutely nothing.
Literally nothing.
But then nothing made something.
Yes.
Well, that's wrong.
Yeah, but it's sort of just the way it was. I mean, we don't know what was before the universe. It could have been some form of string theory, or a cyclical universe, or a multiverse, or membrane theory, where two different dimensions touch and then it creates a new dimension much like the way you were created in the pond. You know, some membranes touch and something is made.
It wasn't the brains that touched. It's the dick and granny.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So it could have been anything. It could have been God.
It could have, yeah. I mean, the reason for it could well have been God. Absolutely, it could have been. I have no reason to deny that. I have no proof that it wasn't.
God is everywhere.
Yeah, that makes me a little bit nervous when I'm in the toilet, if I'm honest.
Yeah, makes me more nervous when I'm in your toilet watching you.
When did that happen?
Every day.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'd get that little lump looked at if I were you. I mean, I've had a few and it's all gone wrong.
How fucking closely have you been looking? I've only just found that little bloody lump, mate.
By little lump, I mean your cock.
Bravo. I had nothing.
So, I don't know if you know, but there's a new middle section to Mr. Badger's show for the third series.
Okay.
So Norris, what it is, it's called Mr. Badger's Corner of Love. And sometimes, but people will send, like, you know, requests in asking, like, for information, like, not like Lonely Hearts, more like the confused nutters. But sometimes I ask the guest a question off my own back. which is what's going to happen today. And it's because my question about your love life would be, is it possible to get a girlfriend with a micro penis?
I mean, let's be realistic. It depends entirely how good your tongue game is, doesn't it? Realistically, I mean, it's tongue game. You know how cunnilingus. You know the.
I don't know where.
How you eat someone out. I mean, I'll put it in the most base terms I can. Eating pussy. I mean, if you do that, fairly well, you can get your way through it. Not that I know from experience of having a micro penis, though.
No. So your advice for people with little dicks?
Yes. Not me though. Yes.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you. Yes.
No. Well.
What?
No, we're fine. It's nothing.
Oh, you're drinking lots of that whiskey wine.
I'm not compensating for anything. It's fine. Okay.
No.
Everything's fine. You don't need to bring it up again. I don't need to compensate for that. It's
If I did bring it
it's
up,
fine.
I wouldn't be able to see it. I tell you, it could add an extra inch, and it's still invisible.
I paid for the pump. All right. I paid for the pump, and I used the pump, and you know what happened? My balls got longer. That was it.
Did you put it on your balls?
Not well. The tube's so wide, I couldn't really not put it on the balls at the same time.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, if we've learned anything from this corner of love, it's don't put a cock pump on your bollocks.
You know what? I think that's actually good advice.
Yeah. See, you do learn something on this podcast eventually. Although I've learned nothing about your Angry Bird physics.
I'm so sorry. Yes, right. So the Big Bang happens, right? There's nothing, and then suddenly there's this big explosion, but it's not really an explosion. It's just everything appearing at once into a void of nothingness, so it expands incredibly rapidly, kind of like an explosion. So that starts this whole mess of things going on where
exploded?
I don't know. The brains, the membranes, the floppy brains.
Floppy brains exploded. Makes the planet.
Either that or God did a thing and just went there.
Okay. So God.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
God made a floppy brain, and then science blew it up, and here we are.
Yes, and here we are, and you know, moments after the Big Bang, there's all this mass of energy and particles and stuff, and they don't really know what they are. They're called quarks and gluons, these tiny little things that sort of disappear, reappear, and then sort of combine and destroy each other. But that creates new quarks and gluons that then do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again in this weird orgy of destruction. It sort of
definitely sounds like my conception.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, was there a lot of death at your conception? Was there a lot of people eliminating each other? Oh, sick.
But sort of afterwards, because they couldn't swim. And my mother's quite an aggressive person, and she likes her space, so she kicked all the quarks into the pond,
and kept all the gluons, because we know what that's about.
Yes, gluons that chunks of bread you have in soup.
That's croutons.
Same thing. So
not even remotely.
So what we've learned so far is God made a brain, science blew the brain up, my mother had sex
with a load of quarks and gluons. Yes, which made you, which some people would argue was a problem. Yes.
Now I'm smart because I've got
I think they look really good on you. I think that's the look you should keep from now on. It sort of makes you look like a professor.
I am a professor.
In what?
In Badger Studies.
Okay, I have no idea what those are, but they sound terrible.
Badgers?
No, I know what badgers are, but Badger Studies, like what? What are you
Study
studying?
badges. You're fucking thick, are you? Jesus Christ.
I assumed it would be like, I don't know, women's studies, where you're learning about the depths of the history of what it's like to be a woman and how that
It
relates
don't
to
take long
society.
to study a woman, does it?
Well,
Tits, cleaning, cooking, done. There we go.
yeah, okay.
I'm glad you agree.
Yeah, I don't know what I agree with anymore. I'm just lost in the madness. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the Big Bang. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So eventually, it all settles down. The quarks and the gluons, they're all done with their business, and they start this sort of little other fight on the side between matter and antimatter. Now, matter is what we're all made of, and antimatter is the exact opposite. And as soon as the two combine,
What's
they
Uncle
completely
Matter?
annihilate each other. Sorry?
What's Uncle Matter?
Antimatter and antimatter.
So if you got
Yeah.
matter, antimatter, there'll be an Uncle Matter.
Oh shit! There's no Uncle Matter. There's
Oh,
yeah, no. Unfortunately,
did he leave?
it's yeah. I mean,
No.
it wasn't even a good breakup, to be fair. As I say, you know, when matter and antimatter get together, there's this giant annihilation, and everyone goes up in smoke.
So matter was shagging his auntie.
Yep.
Jesus.
Blew the whole thing up, destroyed it. You know what I mean?
Auntie blew it as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's how babies like me are made.
Yeah, in the middle of a pond.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently, my father was very old, and that's why he's dead. She didn't kill him.
How old was he when he died?
Nobody knows.
Right. Well, that
Only
for a
mother.
start is, yeah, that for a start would. I don't mean to cast aspersions on your mum or anything like that, but like,
My mother's a
does that
saint.
work? Okay, fine, yep, okay.
I'm a saint.
So, yeah. So, antimatter obviously doesn't exist in our universe. So
No.
matter won. So in the fight of antimatter versus Uncle Matter, Uncle Matter got the kids. Basically, that's the simplest way. Yeah.
So Uncle Matter exists.
Well, let's just call Uncle Matter Standard Matter for now. That makes sense in this
Matter.
weird Uncle Stanley Matter was quite happily enjoying himself, and then all of a sudden,
So he's Stanley Black. Because Black Lives Matter, don't they?
They do matter. That's a very, very important thing to remember. Yeah. Yes.
Where are
they
you
do.
going with this?
I'm not going any. I don't know anymore. But yeah. No, I'm gone, man. Did you know antimatter does still exist in this universe?
Antimatter exists.
It does. She didn't disappear entirely. She's still around.
Where is she?
She is inside bananas.
Bernardo's, the charity shops.
No, bananas.
Banana.
Yeah. Every single banana on Earth has got a significant amount of potassium in it. Every single particle of potassium is actually radioactive and is releasing what are called positrons out into the world. And a positron is an antimatter version of an electron.
So I can blow someone up with bananas.
I mean, if you had enough of them, yeah.
Well, I've learned something useful today. Thank you.
Yeah.
Norris.
No problem.
Norris, before we go, because we've got to wrap up now.
Oh dear.
I feel that you've struggled on your specialist subject today. So
A little bit. I've got a bit more to go, but
I don't think you have. So,
no.
I'd like to take this opportunity for you to plug anything you got going on. So what have you got going on in your own world, Norris?
I have a show called Post-Apocalyptic Metal Treehouse. It's a sketch show on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts. It's on episode 5. We're going to be going to episode 9. And then I've got a load of comedy gigs coming up. They are a bit. That's why this one's a sketch show.
Ah, dear. Ah, dear. Yeah, but you're on episode 5.
Yeah, episode 5 so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all written by me, directed by me, and I play all the characters. Work. It is, yeah, yes. yeah. They never go backwards, and annoyingly never include the alphabet, which I think is racist.
Okay, so what was that called again? One last time.
Post-Apocalyptic Metal Treehouse.
By what was your name?
Nathan Parish. Thank you for the
Robert Parish of the Boston Celtics. It's been lovely having you on, Nathan, and
it's been a joy.
Hopefully we can bump onto. Well, I wouldn't advise it. We'll bump into each other.
Yeah.
At some point. That's how you get gout. So. It's been lovely chatting to you. Say goodbye to the boys and girls, Nathan.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Please do tell all your friends about this podcast if you enjoyed it. Now, if you haven't enjoyed it, just tell your enemies. But yeah, just like it where you can, support it where you can. Give it a thumbs up and that, and